This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium training session. This Infinium training session is entitled, Who Hurt You? Why Won't You Be My Kleenex Backup Dude? Now, my MGTOW brothers, as you're aware of, there are multiple analysis of the recent Tomi Lahren Men Are Trash debacle, which occurred in the last few weeks. And as rightfully so, most of the red pill content or MGTOW content providers have done in-depth analysis of what she has said in terms of men being trash. But my MGTOW brothers, I just want to discuss with you further some things that are going on that I see that other content providers did not really cover. And that there are multiple layers to what's happening with Tomi Lahren and her rant about men being trash. The most obvious layer is the relationship issues that Tomi is having with her man, where either she dumped him or he dumped her, but ultimately her relationship broke up. It burnt up in the atmosphere, so to speak. The less obvious layer in Tomi's case is the lack of a good Kleenex tissue backup man where she can call and get comfort from. And for Tomi, this only exacerbated and contributed to her epic fail rant. Because on two fronts, she has no man to be in a serious relationship with, and she has no man that she can use as a Kleenex tissue. And so, my MGTOW brothers, when there is a major failure in a relationship, as with what happened with Tomi, women will, in some cases, seek out men who they feel that can be a Kleenex backup dude, that they can be a Kleenex tissue for their issues, so to speak. So, my MGTOW brothers, it's important for you to understand that in this case, if you fall into the category of being the Kleenex tissue backup dude, you will open the doors to a lot of issues, a Pandora's box that could be best described as a Pandora's box from hell. And my MGTOW brothers, even though she may come to you for comfort so that you can be her Kleenex tissue backup dude, there's nothing in it for you in terms of serious relationship or anything else that could be of benefit to you. It is important for you to understand that if you find yourself in the Kleenex backup dude position, you open the door for her cray-cray. I will give an example, my MGTOW brothers. Back when I was in college, I had a photo business, which at the time it was the disco era and this and that, so there was a lot of vanity involved, and thus people wanted their pictures taken. And I knew, being the geek nerd that I was at the time, that I had no chance with the women that were in the disco craze, the hot high-end women that were there, that were with the Chads, the Tyrones, and the Pookies and the Ray Rays at the time. I knew I had no chance with them, but I knew that I could profit off of their vanity. So that being said, my photo business grew substantially, and I was widely known throughout the campus where I was in college. And as part of the course, there was a hot mixed race woman that I encountered that would put Tomi Lahren to shame. She was a 9. a definite nine. She was hot. She was, again, one of the hottest women I have ever seen. So she wanted me to take her pictures. I did. And we did a photo session. I gave her the pictures and everything. And then she came to me again and asked me uh, if she could have my number, my phone number, my home phone number. And at the time, I was so widely known on the campus where I was going to college that it was unnecessary for people to have my home phone number because people know where I was. They could find me, and they knew where I hung out. They knew where I would come to get business. So there was no need for them to have my number. But nevertheless, she bugged me for my number, and I acquiesced and gave it to her. And her position was is that she was going to give me other businesses that were off campus, other women that wanted their pictures taken. So I said, well, I'll go for it. So a month or so went along. She never called, so I said, well, maybe she just wasn't going to do what she said she was going to do. But then out of the blue, she calls me. And she calls me at home. I pick up the phone, and instead of giving me the business that she said she was going to give me, it was a 3 hour long cracking shit test session where she took me from anywhere from her relationship problems to I'm going to commit suicide. So she actually was one of the few women that actually did crack me. She actually did put me through a shit test, and it was again a 3 hour long phone call. It was had nothing to do with her giving me more business off campus. It was for the purpose of her doing a cray cray shit test cracking session on me. And ever since that time, I never gave out my phone number again. At least when I was on the campus that I was, I never did that again because of what happened to me. And so, my MGTOW brothers, again, these are some of the things that can happen to you if you become a Kleenex tissue backup dude. You will be subject to her cray cray. You will be subject to her women's splaining. All the things that she's doing to you, she will do it to you. You could be caught up ultimately in a sexual encounter where you think that she is going to have a relationship with you, but then you find yourself being accused of rape. So, my MGTOW brothers, again, what I'm saying to you is again, there are multiple layers to what's going on with Tommy Laren and other women like her. And because of their attitudes, their I would say nastiness, men do not want to be around them. Even the ones that they consider Kleenex tissues, they do not want to be around them. And I would say for Tommy's case, her name is probably out on the streets, and it's like, man, I'm not going to deal with that. And so that's why, again, she had that rant with like she did. But getting back to what I'm saying, my MGTOW brothers, again, it is just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, if you find yourself in the position of a Kleenex tissue backup dude. Because again, all manner of things can happen to you where, again, it could be just at minimal, a waste of your time, like what happened to me in my college days, to all the way to you being behind bars. So you must remember, my MGTOW brothers, that you are more than a Kleenex backup dude. You are a man. You are of value. And as well, just as Tommy declaring that you as a man are trash was demeaning, it is just as demeaning to you as a man when women use you as a Kleenex backup dude. Because they're saying to you, my MGTOW brothers, you have no value. You have no value. Your worth is nothing more than that tissue, that Kleenex that they can toss away with their snot, with their issues rubbed upon it, that they can toss and flush down the toilet. That's what they're saying to you. And I'm saying to you, my MGTOW brothers, you are more than that. You are of value, of great value. And that is why, again, if you find yourself in that position, extricate yourself from that position. Go your way. Do not be a Kleenex backup dude. Be a man who is going his own way, who can critically think, who can do things that are beyond scope. Be what you are, not what these women want you to be. Be who you need to be, not what these women want you to be. Again, you are a man, you are of great value, and that is why you have chosen to go your own way. You have chosen to be a MGTOW. And finally, again, my MGTOW brothers, just as there is no benefit for men these days to cohabitate with or marry women, there is no benefit to you to being a Kleenex backup dude. Again, my MGTOW brothers, the only benefit to you is to stay on the MGTOW path, to keep focused on where that path takes you, because that path ultimately takes you to freedom. Do not be entrapped in the Venus flytraps of women in terms of being a Kleenex backup dude, but be a man who is walking along the MGTOW road to his freedom. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium training session. My MGTOW brothers, as always, and particularly in this time, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.